So, people, if you're ready, let's quit.
We are the kings of campus!
What's this? What's this?
It's him. Go.
I will return tomorrow night with high expectations. Pray you don't disappoint me.
Hello everybody, Andrew here, and today I'm going to do a spoiler review for Creed. So Creed is technically the 7th film in the Rocky franchise, but it's not a Rocky movie. The movie revolves around Adonis Creed, who is the kind of illegitimate son of Apollo Creed from the Rocky films. And we learn from an early age and everything, he's always been a fighter and everything like that. And eventually he meets Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa, and he goes on a journey to try and become a fighter. This movie is great. I loved everything about it. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes long. And there are some things I've heard people say, oh, well, this is a spoiler review, so I'm going to say this. There's a point in the movie where Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, ends up getting cancer. The moment that happened, I knew, I could see it coming. I was like, okay, they're going to give the dude cancer. I saw it in the trailers. I'm like, okay, they're going to... I'm like, okay, I'm fine with it if it's done well. It was done very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
And Stallone is nominated for Best Supporting Actor in this movie, and honestly, I think he should win. He did such a fantastic job. He did such a good job of not only being Rocky Balboa, and being a Rocky Balboa that we have kind of recently seen in the movie Rocky Balboa, basically Rocky 6. Now we've seen he doesn't have his wife anymore. He doesn't have his best friend, Paulie. The only people he has are the people that work at his restaurant, basically, his workers at his restaurant. Himself, you know, maybe his pet turtle, and now Adonis Creed. And it's so good. Now this movie does follow similar tones and everything from the original Rocky movie. Personally, to me, this is probably the best Rocky movie since the first one, and it's right up there with it. Michael B. Jordan is fantastic as Adonis Creed. Look, to me, Michael B. Jordan, really good actor. Yeah, he was in Fantastic Four. Dude, you're in this movie, we'll forgive you for that one. He plays this character so well. There's a fight scene in this movie. There are 3 fight scenes in the movie. And the first one is like 10 seconds long. And it's funny, after it all takes place outside of the ring. Ryan Coogler, the director of this film, who also directed Fruitvale Station, this dude should have been nominated for an Oscar this year. He did such a fantastic job of directing this movie. He, a lot like Alexander Gonzalez Inarritu, likes to use long takes. But Coogler knows how to compose great shots. Not that Inarritu doesn't. It's just Coogler knows how to. I don't know how he did this. There's a fight scene in this movie that's all one take. I have a little gripe with it. It's all like close-ups and everything. It doesn't kind of move back or anything. So the fighting is it's in this box kind of. That's my only little gripe with it. But it's a fantastic sequence. And it's the second fight of the 3 fights in the movie. The first fight takes like 10 seconds, and it's funny. He like knocks the guy out, and you can tell. And over on the side of the frame and everything, you see him like ripping off the tape on his glove. It's like he knows he won. Like I was saying earlier, there's a point in the movie when Rocky, the character of Rocky, ends up getting sick for cancer, or from cancer. And what ends up happening is actually really, really smart and really brilliant. Originally, he's like, I've seen this happen before. We finally learn, okay, how Adrian died. Adrian, his wife, I think it was lymph node cancer. Or some type of cancer and everything. And he's like, and you see, and it's funny, when they talk about chemotherapy, he takes his hat off It's like it's almost like he doesn't want to lose his hair or something. It's like it's a subtle little detail, but every time somebody they bring up cancer and everything, or you're gonna take the chemotherapy, he takes the hat off and then starts talking, and it's like it's almost like he's bringing it down to Rocky terms. And Sylvester Stallone, this is the best he's been in years. He's so good in this movie. If you like any of the Rocky films, you'll love this movie. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you've already seen it. It is a fantastic film. It does things that there's Michael B. Jordan, Adonis Creed ends up having like a girlfriend on the side character and everything. Her story is good, is really good actually. And the one thing about all these characters, they're all flawed. They're all flawed characters, or something. They're all being kind of beaten down by society or by life in general. Adonis Creed, or as he calls himself Adonis Johnson, or Donnie Johnson to begin with, because he doesn't want to go off of that name, the Creed name, because his father was one of the greatest fighters ever. And that's mentioned in the movie. They're like he's a fake and everything. He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory. But that's the Music Man. But anyway, this really, it's so good because it's like, okay, and they do such a good job of not incorporating the Creed music itself is really good, but they take the Rocky theme and only put it in. I'd say maybe 2 or 3 times in the movie, and where they place it, it's perfect. There's a point in the movie after a point in the fight and everything where Adonis Creed basically gets up and he's like, I'm gonna win this fight. He ends up not winning, and I'm okay with it. It's like in Rocky Balboa, it's that he fought and he knew he could do it. And it's funny, the guy in the end comes over, the guy he was fighting in the end, comes over to him and says, you're the future and everything. Like, you're the future of this sport. You know, he's like, almost like handing the reins over to him, or kind of, you know, the passing of the baton almost. And it's like, yeah, that's great. That's some great stuff. Unfortunately, there won't be a rematch of these two characters. I would have loved that. I'd love that because this guy ends up having to go to jail for something. Ryan Coogler wrote this story. Should have been nominated for an Oscar. He directed this movie. Should have been nominated for an Oscar. Stallone, nominated for an Oscar, deserved it. Michael B. Jordan probably should have been nominated. He was fantastic in this film. I'm gonna give this. I'm overjoyed that this was great. I love that it was great. I love this movie. 10 out of 10 from me. Yeah, this was a pretty good weekend for films. I saw this, The Martian, and The Revenant over the weekend, and this is the last video I'm putting up from those 3 films that I watched over the weekend, and I'm so happy that I was able to watch this. This movie made me laugh. It made me cry. And movies don't usually make me cry. This one did, because it's like, Rocky has always been kind of one of those. Rocky's been a part of me for years. I've been watching the Rocky films ever since I was a little kid. I didn't understand them at the time, necessarily. Being older and everything I do, this movie's fantastic. It is great. The cinematography is fantastic. This movie, I can't hype it more. This movie should have been nominated for Best Picture. It's that good. Why wasn't it? Why wasn't it? Come on, Oscars, get it right. Come on. Not saying that the movies that were nominated shouldn't have been nominated. I mean, they're all worthy. You know, but come on. I think personally they should pick 10 films each year, because, you know, then there would always be well, what about this 11th film or whatnot? But yeah, this is one of those years that they should have picked like 10 films to be nominated. Ryan Coogler is actually going to be, I believe he's going to be directing the Black Panther Marvel movie and everything. Can't wait for that. This dude, anything this dude does next, him and Michael B. Jordan, anything they do next, I'm so ready to see. 10 out of 10. I'm so happy this movie was good. So yeah, again, 10 out of 10 for me. Again, guys, subscribe to my channel, like this video. Comment below what you thought of Creed. Obviously, if you've seen it, if you've seen this video, you're watching this video. Yeah, so comment below what you thought about it. Do you think other people in the movie should have been nominated? Again, guys, thank you for watching my videos. I'm Andrew, the College Critic, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.